Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So let me show you this trade from option 1. Switch to 4 hours and check liquidity raid or week offs, and then shift to 15 minutes where we are into, and get entry at 15 minutes double close in your direction. So we see that the first 15 minutes have already been formed, and then we see the second 15 minutes already formed with the momentum, and therefore we are now ready to get our entry. Now this should be our ideal stop loss, but at the same time we can still see that we had a push up, push down. Now we are going for the push up and then push down, and then we continue with the momentum. That is how the market moves when the momentum is in your favor. So what do? We can still have our SL just below this zone, or just slightly below this zone. So how can you confirm that that SL can be favorable? What you need to do is to shift to lower time frame, like 15 minutes, 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and check if we have imbalances, and then take your entry. So after every 15 minutes closure, we need to take trades immediately. So you can equally take trade here, stop loss just below here for 15 pips, and then target at least a 1 to 4. If it's not hit, well and good, target at least a 1 to 4. Alternatively, if you still want to when there is such confusion in the market and you want to get into such trade, then you want to be a little bit safe, then you give it room for some small pullback, let's say up to this particular point, and then you can give it, like, let's say 12 pip stop loss just below your stop loss point, because this could be liquidated and then we keep moving. So we can give it 12 pip stop loss and expect it to pull back here, and then we continue with the movement. Ideally, the TP also should be at the session high. Check this indicator, FXN session range indicator. This is the last this is the, what do you call it, this is Asia session. So just anything above it will be very, very nice. So this is the ideal TP, but you can target a 1 to 4, as that is what we always aim for, a 1 to 4. So with that 1 to 4 in mind, now we are good to take the trade and let it play. So that is a trade tagged in, and then you see we have the TP being taken straight away. Now if you still wanted to get confirmatory trades without taking this particular, without being swiped, and then you don't have a lot of imbalances here, and then the immediate candle after it did not shift bullish, you can equally still go to 5 minutes and still get sniper entry by looking for double close. After this pullback, we expect that the market should be moving upward. So if you get double close in our direction, and then now you can have double close in our direction, and then stop loss just below there for 12 pip stop loss, still you are able to get a 1 to 4 risk to reward. And then you expect that after this liquidity raid, we expect pullback. Now how do you know the level of pullback? You check this particular candle formation. If it is this efficient, then just expect that everything is going to be liquidated. If it was moving in this particular manner, you don't expect it to be liquidated, all of it. This one, there's no liquidity being built up because of the momentum. If the momentum is high, the market will range like this and then continue upward. But if the market builds lots of liquidity like this, just know that this is liquidity buildup, and everything else is going to be liquidated after this. So that is why you don't need to target much from this particular trade, because the liquidity is so high. Let me just move. The liquidity is so high that it will all be liquidated, especially after this Asian is taken. So this was just even a chance that it didn't start liquidating immediately here. It started by taking buy side liquidity before now proceeding to take sell side liquidity. So this is an example of a trade that is just about to play here. The group, you can always join, it's free. So this is an example of a trade that I've already shot a video about it. So it is a GJ, same trade, almost same zone. So there is a trade here that one of us has just shared that is just about to play. So we are having, by the way, a very nice trade at the moment in the AUD USD. This is so beautiful, very beautiful. beautiful cells. So let's see. So this is the trade I'm talking about. As you can see, we already have the liquidations, but since it is a low probability, this is 4 hours, this is 15 minutes. So we have double close here. What do you expect? We expect it to pull back a little bit and then keep moving upward. So if this is the case, then you can also limit your chances of getting stopped out by shifting to 5 minutes and check if there is imbalance here. Then expect the price to tap that imbalance, and then especially if it is low probability setup, this is an example of low probability setup, you expect it to come to some imbalance around this zone, and then you can now buy when you see double close. So by the time you are watching this video call, that is what you should have done. So like I've explained here, it is low probability setup. So that is it. This group is free. Join if you want to learn SMC. I don't just trade rumors, by the way. You can see that I trade what I've already backtested, and there is enough data that I backtest these things before giving you guys, and then also give you statistics and the win rate. You can always join because it's free and I share everything for free. If you want me to hold your hand, or if you want an outline, here is an outline. Pause the video, go through it, and go to YouTube and watch those. Now if you want me to guide you on exactly how I trade, you can read this, pause the video and be reading that. So as I can see, people are responding here. You will be asking questions and then you get your response, or all your response here. So be active in the group, and then you will get a chance to get invitation to join my discussions for free, where you can be asking questions. It's just a class for free. You can see it is invite only, for only people who are serious in the group, like these people here, you see. So I will inbox you over the weekend, and then we hope in Zoom call. So let me break this trade down from higher time frame, and then we can finish this video without me wasting your time, because time is money. So the checklist demands that we start from the daily time frame. It is only 2 steps checklist. You don't need so much of the checklist, because we've summarized this thing from the series of backtest. I backtest every single day. I do backtests. So let's see. We start from the daily time frame. And then we proceed to, as you can see, this thing says that step 1, check the daily time frame and know the overall market direction. We start with step 1, check daily time frame and know the overall market direction, and strictly for risk to reward only proceed to either options for entries. Now if you see this daily time frame, this daily is selling, so any buy here is short term, and therefore you should be taking 1 to 4 or 1 to 3 quickly and leave. So if you go to 4 hours, you can see that that particular day is it is like we woke up and the market is buying. We already have 2 candles in our direction. The last 4 candles are buying in 4 hours, and therefore we have no business selling this market at this particular point. So what we wait for is liquidity to raid. Let me just cut that one. We wait for the liquidity to raid the previous 4 hours. So let me also close this session indicator. So the previous candle should be, first of all, should be buying if we are buying. Then the next one should be raiding it immediately, not in the second one, not in the third one. So we expect this low to be taken, and if this low is taken, that means that there is a liquidity raid. Oh, people are really texting here. So there is a liquidity raid. You can see people are getting their responses responded to while I make this video. So join the group and learn. All these questions that you ask, that I didn't understand that thing. You didn't understand because you are outside. Be inside. You can only understand if you are on the inside. But currently this strategy is very easy. I don't expect to say that you don't understand. So this is where the low of 4 hours is. So anything raid here and then a shift inside, a wick and then raid, that is liquidity grab in that particular 4 hours order book. So let's see. For 15 minutes, raid immediately and wicks in. You can see. So with that in mind, we conclude that the market is likely to buy. And how do we get confirmatory entry? By waiting for 15 minutes to close in our direction. Switch to 4 hours and check liquidity raid. We've done that, or week off, and then shift to 15 minutes and get entry at 15 minutes double close in our direction. So currently what we are waiting for is 15 minutes double close in our direction. Now we get the first 15 minutes close. If we get the next one, we are in the entry. If we don't get it, we don't enter. That's simple. We start afresh. So let's see. Let's see. So why is this thing misbehaving? So we can see that we didn't get the next one, so we start afresh. We didn't get the next one, so here you can see that we have first one and then second one. So we need it to have momentum. So if it was having momentum, it would be very nice, but since the momentum is relatively low, you can look to refine, or alternatively you can just look to take it on a slightly deeper pullback. Let's say that takes this low, and then like I said, stop loss just below this low here. For like this one, you can have it as 11 pip stop loss, and then since we are counter trending, we must use that session indicator to know where we should be leaving. So ideally this is where we should be leaving. So if you can refine your stop loss to tighter stop loss, it would be nice, because if we can get 1 to 4 just above this particular wicking of the previous Asian session range situation, it would be so nice. So as you can see, if this was your take profit, this should have been smashed very, very quickly. So when you are counter trending, look to see a tight stop loss. That is option 1. Option 2, if you have a tight stop loss, it means that by the time session the market target previous sessions liquidity and session liquidities and highs or lows, you will already be in trade, so you can only hope in for a slight in and out. So if you got that tight entry, imagine you took 1 to 5, and then as you can see, this is build up of liquidity because the momentum is extremely low. So what do you expect? All of them are going to be raided in return, and you can see with a lot of momentum the way they are being raided, that confirmed that that particular zones, everything that was there was just full of liquidity. That is why you see they were quickly raided, and then it gave you some small reaction. Then eventually you can see it is just raided because we are opposing the higher time frame, which is sells. So after this trade, the only option was to switch to 1 hour and be observing price. And as you can see, using option 2, we get a raid of previous 1 hour, and then we got that particular sell off. So if you want me to make this video, maybe I can make it and then see how that sell off happened.